Hello everybody and welcome to the All About Health podcast. Happy Monday if you are listening to this on the day that it is released. And if it's not Monday for you, happy whatever day of the week it is. I hope that you're having a fabulous day, or if it's early, then this is your sign to set intentions that your day is going to be amazing, which we're going to be talking about more in this episode, which is going to be all about morning routines and morning habits and different things to add into your routine that are going to set your day up for success. Now, often when I see people doing their morning routine on TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is, it can be a little bit unrealistic and unattainable for some people, especially if they're waking up super early and then they have 3 hours to do whatever it is before they have to get into their day. And so this one is going to be a little bit more of a realistic, attainable morning routine ideas podcast episode. And I'm also going to talk about different ways that you can incorporate these things, but they don't have to take a super long time. Like, there's short things that you can add in that'll take 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and in total your morning routine can be an hour or less. And so of course you don't have to adopt every single one of these ideas, but if you hear one that I talk about in the podcast today and you're like, you know what, that one sounds nice to me, maybe I want to add it in, then this could be a great episode for you to listen to, especially if you're looking for some more ways to start your day off on a positive note and to kickstart your day and just to feel more energized, especially in the mornings. And so I have, I believe, 14 tips that we're going to be talking about today. But before we get into the tips, we have our weekly segment, which is recommendation of the week. And my recommendation for this week, I am so behind on this, but I have never seen the Harry Potter movies or read the books before because I grew up in a very strict religion. We weren't allowed to watch things or listen to things or read things that had to do with magic. And so now that we are out of that religion as a family, we decided to finally watch the Harry Potter series. Now, of course, I've only seen the first two, so I can't say that the whole series is amazing, and I can't tell you which one is my favorite yet, but I have really been enjoying it so far. I think that it's so fun, like with all the magic and everything, and I could definitely see if you watched them when you were a kid, like having such nostalgia watching them. Of course, I am watching for the first time now, so I don't have any like amazing memories with the Harry Potter franchise, but so far it's been really good and I've been enjoying the movies and I'm excited to watch the rest of them. So if you're like me and you've never seen the movies, then this is my recommendation to watch them. And even if you have seen them, my recommendation is to rewatch them if you haven't in a while. And so that is my recommendation of the week. And now let's get into the episode. Okay, so when you hear the words morning routine, I feel like everybody kind of has a different like envisionment of that set of words. For me, when I think of a morning routine, I think of just a set of habits that you do in the mornings that are going to set your day up for success. And whether you know it or not, or whether, no matter how extravagant it is, we all have a morning routine because it is just a set of habits. So maybe your morning routine right now is that you wake up at 8 a.m. or whatever time it is that you personally wake up, and you hit snooze on your alarm, and then you pick up your phone and scroll for a little bit, and then you get up and like brush your teeth, maybe have a shower, then have breakfast, and then head out for work. That could be your current morning routine. And you might be like, well, that's not that amazing. Like, that's not really a morning routine, but it is, because it is a set of habits and it's yours. And so the great thing is, since you already have a morning routine, no matter how extravagant it is or not, you can always add in new things or swap in habits for old ones. And so hopefully you get some ideas from this episode today. I'm going to start with number 1, which is to actually create your morning routine to-do list the night before. Your morning to-do list will tell you exactly what you need to accomplish when you wake up, and creating to-do lists can actually decrease intrusive thoughts and stress, which may help you to sleep better. So I know for me, I keep a notepad right next to my bed. It's on my nightstand table, so that if I'm laying in bed and I start getting all these thoughts about things I want to do tomorrow, whether it's content ideas or something I want to like tell a family member or anything, I will write it down in that notepad so that I'm not thinking about it and I'm laying there in bed being like, oh, I have to make sure that I remember to do this tomorrow. By writing it out, it kind of frees up your mind to be like, okay, I know that I'll get to that because I have it written down and I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna remember it. So then you have a better night's sleep. So that's one option, is you could keep a notepad on your nightstand table or next to your bed. You could even have the notes app on your phone if that's something that you would prefer, or you could take some time after dinner or an hour before bed or whatever it is, whenever you have time, to kind of think of a to-do list of things that you want to get done the next day or the next morning. So say, for example, you finish your dinner and you're like in a good restful mindset. You just had your dinner, you're home from work, you're peaceful, and you're like, okay, now would be a good time to kind of think of things that I want to do tomorrow. So say, for example, it could be like, I know that I have to pick up my dry cleaning tomorrow, or I need to text this person, or I want to call this family member, or something like that. And just setting a little bit of time aside to create a to-do list for either the next morning or the next day. And then the next one is to build a schedule for your morning routine. Don't stop at a to-do list. Go one step further and build a schedule for your morning routine on your calendar. Scheduling your tasks like this, often called time blocking, can triple your productivity. So this is something that you don't have to do. I feel like if you're especially busy in the mornings, then having this schedule and time blocking would be very useful, because then you say, you know, your alarm goes off at whatever time. I'll just say 7:30 because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Your alarm goes off at 7:30, so you have that in your schedule, and then from 7:30 to 8, you are getting ready for the day, like showering, doing your skincare, brushing your teeth, whatever it is. And then 8 to 8:20, you're making your breakfast, eating your breakfast. And then 8:20 to 9, you could be like, whatever it is, and then you leave for work whenever you need to. And so just having that schedule is going to keep you on track. I know that that is what happens for me. Like when I do time blocking or when I schedule things out, I definitely get more things done and I'm more productive. So if that's something that you want to be more productive in the mornings, then scheduling and time blocking would be a great thing to add into your morning routine. Next is to get the right amount of sleep. When identifying your bedtime and wake up time, keep in mind that you should aim to get adequate sleep. Experts say adults should get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. So of course this is going to be different for everyone. I feel like even in my family, I have 2 sisters and then my parents, we all are so different with the amount of sleep that we need. My dad and I, we thrive if we get enough good quality sleep. I like to at least get like 7-8 hours. I find that that's the best for me. And then if I get that, then I'll be my best self the next day. I'll feel energized and rejuvenated. Whereas my mom and sisters, like they don't need as much sleep and they still will have a lot of energy and be on top of things. And so just finding where you are in that spectrum of how much sleep you need, and if you sleep too much, maybe you'll be groggy and not like energized or anything like that, but if you don't get enough, then kind of it'll be the same thing. So finding that good balance for you and how much sleep that you need is going to make sure that you show up as your best self the next day. Okay, now getting into actual ideas for the morning and not the night before. So stay off your phone. If you're like me, this can be a huge time waster and completely disrupt your morning routine. That's why productivity experts recommend staying off your phone in the morning. However, if your phone is sitting on your nightstand or bedside table, you might find it difficult to follow this advice and pick up your phone as soon as you wake up. You can avoid this by keeping your phone in another room overnight or by stuffing it in a drawer on your nightstand. this is something that has actually changed for me over the past couple of years. So when we were living in Ontario, I would say 2020, I definitely had the habit of waking up and picking up my phone right away. And I would just kind of like shrug it off because I was like, well, my alarm is on my phone, so by turning that off, then I might as well just scroll through Instagram or whatever it was. And I then decided that I didn't want to open my phone right away in the morning because I knew, like, I had just heard things that like the blue light's not the best for you right in the morning, and it kind of gets your mind going right away. And so I set it across the room on my desk, and I found that I was getting up faster instead of going right back into bed and being on my phone. Now, a few years later, I don't keep my phone in the room when I'm sleeping. I keep it in my office, which is a like minute walk away. And so I don't have an alarm anymore actually, because I just wake up naturally. But if you do want an alarm still, you could set it on your watch if you have one, or you could get an old school alarm clock or whatever it is. You could even keep your phone too, but maybe as I was saying before, like keeping it across the room or in a drawer somewhere, or maybe even in your bathroom if it's close enough that you'll hear it, then that would be a good idea to help you to stop scrolling in the morning or going on your phone right away if that's something that you want to start doing. Okay, number 5 is to eat breakfast or don't. It is totally up to you. Personally, for me, I am a breakfast person, and some studies claim breakfast is important to good health. Other studies claim the opposite, and what actually seems to be the most important is meeting your nutrition requirements and fueling your body with nutritious foods throughout the whole day. So if eating breakfast helps you accomplish this, then eat breakfast. But if you are not a breakfast person, you don't have to. And this is something that I've kind of changed my mind on over the past couple of years as well. When we were in Ontario still, I would usually skip breakfast and just wait until lunch. And then when we got to Hawaii in 2021, our time zone was different. And so I found that I was getting hungrier in the mornings. And so I was like, you know what, I'll try eating breakfast. And now 2 years later, I have breakfast every single day. I personally love it. I think it's just such a good way for me to start off the day on a healthy note by getting a good amount of protein in, by getting some fruit and nutrients and healthy fats or whatever it is to help support my body. And I find that when I do a breakfast in the morning, I'm more energized in the morning as well. And I just love it. I am definitely a breakfast person. And I think that can be a difference too. Like if you're somebody who says like, oh, but I have breakfast and I don't feel good after, then maybe do a little overview or look at what you're having for breakfast and seeing if it's something that is going to fuel you and satiate you and give you energy. And of course, if you're somebody who doesn't get hungry in the morning, you don't have to eat breakfast, but I personally find that breakfast is an important part of my morning routine and of my day. Idea number 6, and I hope that you are already doing this, is to drink water. Dehydration could derail your morning routine, as symptoms of dehydration can include fatigue, confusion, short-term memory loss, and mood changes like increased irritability or depression. So you might want to consider making drinking water a part of your morning routine. And this is something that I think everybody should be doing. It's just so important to be drinking water, especially in the mornings, because you haven't drank water for the past 7 to 9 hours and you wake up already being a little bit thirsty. And so some great ways to kind of kickstart that is to either keep a bottle of water or a glass of water on your nightstand table, or to fill up your bottle the night before and put it next to your coffee pot if you're a coffee drinker, or put it in the fridge so the first thing you see when you open the fridge is that. Or you could put it in your bathroom so that when you're brushing your teeth, you're like, oh, I see my water bottle, I'm gonna chug some water. But just being conscious of it and making sure that you are drinking water when you wake up is going to help boost your energy and your mind and your focus so much in the mornings, which if you're somebody who says you're not a morning person, you don't feel good in the mornings, try drinking more water and see how it works for you. Okay, number 7 is to drink coffee. Coffee may have some significant health benefits, as the Mayo Clinic says, but of course you do want to drink it in moderation because it is high in caffeine and it can raise your blood pressure. But if you do your research, you'll see that there are some potential benefits for coffee. And so I feel like even if there are no benefits to coffee, like health benefits, for me it helps me wake up in the morning because I am laying in bed and I'll be like, oh, you know what I want right now is just like a sip of coffee, and that'll kind of motivate me to get out of bed. Is that the healthiest thing? Maybe not, but it works, and so I am going to continue drinking coffee. It doesn't have to be coffee though. It could be a morning tea or a morning juice or a morning health shot or whatever it is that you like, and a morning hot chocolate, you know, whatever you like. And just having that beverage to look forward to in the mornings, I find definitely helps me get out of bed. So all of these ideas so far, I feel, have been very simple, very quick little things to add into your routine. The next ones are going to be some that may take a little bit longer, but they don't have to. I'll kind of share some ways on how they can be shortened or condensed down into smaller ways to bring them into your morning routine. So the number 8 is to exercise or walk. There are dozens of benefits to regular exercise, including sleeping better, reducing fatigue, increasing energy, reducing levels of stress and anxiety, controlling blood pressure, reducing feelings of depression, and all of these benefits could significantly improve your morning routine and your entire day. You could do cardio, lift, or even walk in the morning to boost your energy and start the day right. And now this may be something that you're like, I don't have time to exercise or walk or whatever it is in the morning. And that's the thing where it doesn't have to be a full hour workout. It could even just be you wake up and you make your coffee, and while you drink your coffee, you go for a 10-minute walk. Or if you have a treadmill at home, you could walk on your treadmill or whatever it is. Just adding in even 10 to 15 minutes of activity in the morning is going to be so beneficial. Number 9 is to take advantage of self-care. Self-care is a routine you create to support your happiness and well-being. This includes anything from a grooming routine, like a shower and a skincare regimen, to reading a book to relax. What you define as self-care will be unique to you, though you can generally look for things that make your body and mind feel good. Here are some ideas to create a self-care routine of your own. You could take a hot shower or bath to relax. You could apply a face mask to take care of your skin, or you could read a book you enjoy to get your brain ready to work. I think kind of similar to a quote-unquote morning routine, a self-care routine has also been so romanticized and like maybe even over the top, shown on social media that it has to be like a 10 or 12 step thing, but it doesn't. A self-care routine could be just one thing, one habit that you do every single morning. And as I said before, it could be a nice warm shower in the morning, it could be doing your skincare, it could be reading a book, whatever it is that you find is something that puts you and your body into a good space to start off the day. And again, this could be something that takes 10 minutes or less, just nice and short, to start your day off right. Number 10 is to listen to motivational music. Music can promote happiness and relaxation. Listen to your favorite artist to put a smile on your face in the morning and get your body and mind working after a long night's sleep. Try listening to a specific band that brings you joy or a playlist that promotes relaxation for a calm mindset. This could be something that you listen to while you get ready for the day, like while you're in the shower or doing like your hygiene routine. It could be something you listen to while you make your breakfast or while you're on your drive to work or whatever it is. But adding in some of your favorite music, I find for me, definitely makes me happier and smile more. And I guess it depends on the music, because if it's like upbeat, then I'm going into the day like positive and happy. If it's more calming, then obviously you're gonna go into the day feeling more calm. So find what music you like and what works best to put you in a good mindset for the day. Number 11 is to call or talk with a loved one. Whether you live alone or not, speak to loved ones in the morning to help you put you in a good mood first thing. Talk to those you care about to encourage a positive mindset, such as a friend or family member. So you could either call them, FaceTime them, see them in person, whatever it is. I'm very grateful that I live with my family, and so I'm able to see them pretty much every single morning. My dad does go to work usually before I'm awake, so not always I see him, but sometimes I wake up early enough and I say good morning to him and we get to talk a little bit. But my mom and my sisters, I see them every single day and I'm able to have great conversations with them, especially in the morning. And if you don't live with your family, as I said before, you could FaceTime, you could call, and it could be your parents, your siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, whoever is in your life that you are close with, and that talking to them is going to put you in a happy mindset for the rest of the day. And again, it doesn't have to be a full hour-long catch-up conversation. It could just be like, hey, just call your mom and be like, hey mom, I'm on my way to work. I have 10 minutes to talk. Do you want to chat? And I'm sure she'll say yes, but it could be, again, anybody in your life that loves you and you love them. Okay, number 12, and you're already doing this because you are listening to this right now, is to subscribe to a podcast. Inspiration comes in many forms, one of them being those you look up to. Whether it's someone in your field of work or someone you aspire to be like in your personal life, podcasts can be a great way to find inspiration in the morning. Find a podcast that encourages you to push yourself in some way. Listen to it each morning to remind yourself of the direction that you're headed. I love to listen to podcasts. I will often listen to them in the mornings after I have read and journaled, and then I kind of get into my podcast for the day. But I definitely agree, like if you're not as much a music person, then listening to a podcast while you do your hygiene routine or make your breakfast or on your way to work is a great time to get inspired and get motivated and to take in that knowledge from the podcast that you're listening to. Number 13 is to perform an act of kindness. There's no better feeling than the one you get from helping someone in need. It could be as small as picking up an item someone dropped or as big as volunteering in your community. A little bit of kindness can go a long way and inspire others to do the same. Get involved by joining a local volunteer group or finding opportunities in your everyday life. This is such a good idea, I think, for starting your day off right and on a positive note. By helping others, you are going to feel so happy, especially if it makes them happy and makes an impact on their day, then it's going to make an impact on your day. So some ideas of this could be if you wake up earlier before anyone else in your household, maybe like setting out their coffee mug if they're coffee drinkers, or if you go out for coffee, like if you're at a drive-through, you could buy it for the person behind you or whatever it is. There's gonna be so many little instances in your day, in your morning, when you be like, what could I do right now to kind of like spread more kindness? It could even be as simple as smiling at somebody when you are out walking or when you get to work or whatever it is. Think about it for a little bit and find some ways that you could bring in more kindness and spread more kindness in your morning and in your day. And lastly, we have number 14, which is to set intentions. This can be small, short, and quick. Choose one word or a feeling you want to experience during the day. It could be laughter, gratitude, fulfillment, confidence, pride, calmness, love, etc. Then you'll go through the day looking for ways to feel and experience your intentions. For example, if you choose to set the intention of experiencing laughter during the day, then you're going to subconsciously look for things that are funny. Maybe you'll tell someone a joke, or search for funny videos on TikTok, or spend some extra time with your pet. I know for me, animals always make me laugh. And this will happen no matter what intention you set. And this can also work in the opposite way as well. Unknowingly, many people wake up and set negative intentions during the morning, like today is going to be horrible, or I hate going to my workplace, or I'm stressed. And then the brain subconsciously looks for ways to prove this. So this could be, again, something super quick that you do when you wake up in the morning. You could be like, I really want to experience love today, or I really want to experience being human, or I want to experience creativity, or whatever it is. And then your mind is going to try and find a way to experience those emotions during the day, and you're going to definitely end up experiencing them more than if you had not set those intentions. So with that, I'm going to end off this episode here. I hope that you got some ideas for small little things that are going to really impact your morning routine and your day that you can start bringing into your morning routine then tomorrow, your next morning, or if it's still a part of your morning routine as you're listening to this now, you could include some of these things into your morning routine today as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like and subscribe or rate and review depending on which platform you're on, or even taking a screenshot and sharing it to your Instagram story or tagging me or letting me know that you listened. I so appreciate it. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next episode.